it's really cool that we're kind of all united by that one team, and so I think they deserve the win in the end. But also, the character, the character in the Bible is also really awesome. Like I'd never heard of these stories before, so especially that one was pretty cool. That even if it is just a field of lentils, that it is something that is worthy enough for us to defend, and that is us. We are all Shemars and need to defend that. So yeah.
Amen.
Now, the biggest highlight for me was to see all the young people singing praises unto the Lord, because Todd and I went out for dinner the other night, and we went into the city and we saw a heap of young people all in the bars and, so-called having a good time. So for me, the highlight was to see all you young guys just singing unto the Lord and loving and enjoying it and not wanting it to stop. So, praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Although it did stop before 11:30. Just want to make that clear.
Okay, to follow that one up really quickly, we went out but we weren't in the bars. Now I'm up here, I've got to say something else. Just two quick things. Something Hosea said in our breakout group and talking about those little lentils. We just had a quick chat about what that was that he was defending, and he made a quick point and he just said, do you know how hard it is to glean lentils? So the amount of work that went into those lentils and the amount of work that the children of Israel would have put into that. So it's a real encouraging thought to think that we're defending something that we put a lot of effort in. We put a lot of work towards each other and the unity that we have, and that we're prepared to defend each other as well. And the other thing that he just talked about just quickly as well is communication. The one thing that when he went into that battle, he was talking about is the communication couldn't be broken down. It's something that we've heard a lot about is in our minds, that we don't communicate to other people, but when we use the communication that God set, we can speak to Him daily, regularly, that people can't break that barrier down. And it's something that, I'm going to take home with me. Amen.
Amen.
This is just a real good prayer that I heard during the talks here. One of the brothers was asked to say a prayer, a meeting. His final comment was, Lord, bless us to make our conversation worthy of you. What a comment. That is a fantastic comment. Always to keep that in mind, that our comment, our prayer, our life, our conversation, our manner of our life should be worthy of the Lord. That's worth praying about. Amen.
Amen.
That just reminded me of something else. One thing that stuck out was in the opening and closing prayers, a couple of times people said, thank you for gathering us. And then I was like, oh yeah, we're not here by accident. Like the fact that the Lord's actually thought about putting us all in the right position in the right place to all be here together, like that kind of, obviously there's awesome organisation that people here do as well, but the fact that really it's the Lord that's organised it and put us all here, and it was just real cool to think about.
Amen.
Just know at the start of camp we made the announcement that this was an inclusive camp, and we were looking for people to make sure everyone was included and involved in everything. And it was just a real blessing that over the course of the entire weekend, looking around, I never saw anyone by themselves or looking out of place. And looking around with such a eclectic bunch, I guess, all sorts of different ages and what we're into, superheroes, Dragon Ball Z, all kinds of different things. But it's just you just see the unity of that same spirit, the fact that everyone can come together, and it doesn't matter who you are, just the fact that we're all brothers and sisters, young people, old people, we're in the fellowship, we've been called together by the Lord, and we can fellowship one with another, and we can have that same love for each other and respect for each other, as we heard in Pastor Laurie's discussion group, and just all include each other and just rejoice in the Lord. So that's great to see.
Amen.
You'll just have to excuse my voice because I'm really sick. I was in the girls' dorm, by the way. That's why I'm sick. Deprived me of my sleep. No, I just like, on Sean's point, I just like the fact that age just does not matter, even though it's a youngies camp. You know, my best friends are either 5 years older or 5 years younger, and the fact that I could come here and the captains and the older aunties and everything, they weren't like, oh yeah, you're really uncool, why are we hanging out with like younger people? Especially being one of the younger youngies, it's cool to know that even the older people are like, yeah, you know, we're going to support you, and yeah, praise the Lord for that.
Amen. It's a dinosaur.
Thanks, Millie, for that. Oh, well, we are old. Yeah, I really praise the Lord, you know. It's really great to see old faces still come along, you know. And I've also enjoyed because every year I always like to come to the young people's camp because even young guys, they teach me how to, you know, few words, you know, the scripture, you know, remind me how to, you know, to grow in the Lord, you know. And it's really great, you know. You know, look for some more years, Don, you still come along next year, okay? Praise the Lord.
Amen.
I can praise the Lord to have had the opportunity to come along, and the armor and being battle ready is something that come up quite often, and reminding to always, you know, take your full armor along often comes up, and I always have to stop and freeze and think, you know, have I got everything that I need? And just in work, a lot of us in the construction industry, PPE, personal protective equipment, is something that's quite a story. If you haven't got all your stuff, you're not allowed on site. And we should take something from that when, you know, if we haven't got all our kit on, we're not allowed outside. Take it seriously like that. It's an offence that can cause your life. Going back to the military with Jose, you know, for inspection you have to pack out all your kit on your bed. You've got you do your rifle, back your magazines, even your eating utensils, your helmet, your boots. Everything's got to be stacked out. It's got to be clean, serviceable before you can go out for the day. And you know, as a troop, you think it's stupid, but you know, when the bullet starts flying, you've got your helmet on, you've got your bulletproof vest on. You know, you've got as much as possible there. And as in one of the talks came out, you know, 90% or 95% isn't good enough. You've got to have everything there. It's been designed and put there with a purpose, and it just came home again, just for myself, just to remind that these things are there for our protection, and it's actually a fun thing to have once you've got all your kits sorted and you know everything is nice and clean. It's actually a pleasure to go out there. It's not like a check-up. It's an encouragement, and you know, to see it, you know, the armor being polished here and sharpened, and we sharpen each other. We teach each other how to put on that kit because it doesn't come with a very clear instruction manual, but the School of Hard Knocks, the testimonies that we share, David's little pouch with those little stones in there, you know, you reach in there, you know what you've got, you're going to get the right one, and you're going to hit Goliath on the forehead there and strike down that big giant that might come across your path. So thank you everybody for your testimonies and contribution, for the organizers. It's a great thing. There's nothing like it out there. Amen.
Amen.
Alright, I've got a few thoughts. Just wanted to start off by apologising to all the elder guys in cell block 5. Yeah, we were a bit loud. Yeah, cell block 5. Yeah, it's just really great that I feel like, because a lot of stuff us younger guys see in talks and stuff, we've learnt from, well, the elder guys, because sometimes I know I'll say stuff and then be like, yeah, I totally didn't make that up myself. Like, we learn a lot of stuff from you, from the older brothers, like giving talks and stuff. Like, we learn from you guys how to actually like come up here and say our thoughts, and I just thought that was really cool, and that you guys respect us and trust us younger guys enough to, you know, let us stay up late till 11:30.
Amen. No words.
Well, I've been here for every one of these so far, so it was silly to miss out again this year. So I guess I'm just really thankful that I can get to something like this. And it's important, I think, for all of us to know and realise what we've got. I think I've done it numerous times myself. We leave these places and life just returns to what it was. Sometimes that's perhaps not that fantastic. So the thing that I've got out of this, and I know that I need to remind myself virtually every day, is I need to read more of the Word and I need to pray more. And I think if all of us do that, we actually see incredible benefits that come from it. You know, it's just, things just happen. We know that those things happen. The Lord does those things when that happens. One of the things that a few camps ago, not this camp, but a few camps ago, someone in this room keeps on asking people, so what are you reading now? Which is a fantastic thing to do to people, isn't it? Okay? And of course, most of us perhaps might get caught on the hop. What are we reading now? I got asked that question again today by that person, okay? And we shared some stuff about what was going on. And I think we actually have the incredible advantage now in technology. We can share things with one another even though we are apart. Sometimes we may be on the other side of the world and we can actually share something scripturally, testimony, whatever it is. And I think we should take every opportunity to do that. And these environments where we get to know people that we don't see that often is an incredible advantage to be able to do that. So share some details, share some scriptures.
Amen.
Yeah, I just wanted to just thank him for what I could say. Over the years, you know, growing up in the Lord from a very young age, I've gone to a lot of young people's camps, in which I was actually a young person. and I think the thing that sort of strikes me that I look for and that impresses me is when the young guys are giving talks, and as I think has already been mentioned, you can see that they're going through scriptures that they have looked at themselves, and they've seen the point. They've gotten the point from it. It's something that they've obviously studied themselves, and it means something to them. And you know, just thinking of all the years from when I was growing up, from the age of 6 and through my teenage years and all the rest of it. Look, I can tell you that cool dudes are a dime a dozen, and they don't last. and I sort of think, you see young people get up and, okay, you know, to begin with, we all go through that sort of cool dude stage and want to be cool and all the rest of it, but then you see the ones who really, you know, the scriptures mean something to them, and you sort of think they're going to last, you know. So that sort of is important to me. So, you know, when I just suggest for everybody that's growing up in the Lord, you know, take your cue from the people who are serious about the scriptures, and yeah, don't worry about the cool dudes so much.
Amen.
A few things have been mentioned about the girls' dorm, and one thing that I really like is that it's a safe environment for us to talk about things that are really pressing on our hearts. Like, we can go from driver's license to to those deep testimonies that you normally wouldn't feel comfortable like standing up here talking about with everyone. It's really good because you can make yourself vulnerable in front of your brothers and sisters, or in the girls' dorm in front of your sisters, and you know that the advice they give you is from the Lord, and they're giving it to you because they want to see you grow and they want to see you be uplifted, and it's just really good to have that.
Amen. Couple more.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same lines as Pastor Mark's. I'm a cool dude. Nah. But just for me, it's been great. Like, when I was a youngies, most of my youngies disappeared to wherever they went to, but didn't have the opportunity to have these camps because there was only like 2 of us or 3 of us. So just to see you guys take the opportunity to just get into these camps and like you say, talk to each other and share testimonies at 12 o'clock at night and all that stuff is it's just pretty uplifting for me. I think it's just great that you guys appreciate what you got and you love it and you love each other. It's pretty awesome. And the little thing was that get out of my comfort zone. There you go, Sean. Hey, I haven't written anything blank because I just want the Lord to do everything. But I just love that little passage here. It says, "They that which preach the gospel should live of the gospel." And I thought that's a key for me. Is like, if I want to preach the gospel, I've got to experience the gospel in my life daily. Then I'll be able to preach it because actually the Lord's doing stuff in that. So I'll leave there.
Amen.
I think every year the thing that impresses me, having brought the children from nothing to this and seeing them every time coming here, having this amazing time with their brothers and sisters and just seeing them grow from camp to camp. It's amazing, not just my kids but everybody, I suppose. But I'm always overwhelmed with feeling of really being thankful that they have this, they've got this that they can rely on. And I always come and think I'm just bringing them, and I always walk out with so much for myself. So that really strikes me. I always think I'm bringing them to Youngies Camp, and I walk out and I think, wow, I learned so much. So, but yeah, I think overall, I can praise the Lord that He's brought us here so that they have this, they've got this, they've got people that's got their back.
Amen. Thanks, team. It's always great to hear from you guys and be encouraged and reminded of things at the end. It's a really, really great thing. And now, camp is finished. We have a winner for another 12 months. I think everyone just wanted to be in the winning team, didn't they? Yeah, I'm Shema. So all those caps have gone now. Everyone's pitched one. Oh, yeah. Praise the Lord. Yeah.